everybody, my name is Sherry. Welcome to my stamp studio. I'm continuing a series featuring the card designs, the card templates from the 2024-2025 annual catalog. So if you've missed the other two, I will do a little playlist because I have some past ones too. So I'm just going to start grouping them all together on a playlist so you can see them all. I also did a couple of days ago the tags, one of the tags from the annual catalog, and I think that I've done all of these, maybe-ish. I don't remember if I filmed all of them. I know I didn't get the tag filmed from last month. And sometimes I film my card before I have the other girls. But I do have a Facebook page. And over there on Sherry's Cards Facebook page, in the photo albums, I have all of the templates. So I'm going to work on making sure that all of them are up there. I wanted one place where they could be, and I didn't want to do another web page because sometimes it's even hard for me to find the stuff on my web pages. So today I am going to do this design right here. So we've been getting together, me and my girlfriends, once a month. We've been doing 3 of the designs. So I make 3 cards. I did this one, and then a tag. This month, the same tag that we all agreed on. We do our one. We bring our stuff so everybody else can make our projects. So we bring things for 3 designs and then 4 or 5 people, depending on how many are there. And then we leave with 12 to 15 cards of these different designs. So it's a super fun idea. In Stampin' Up! World, that's called a shoebox swap, because way back in the day, before there were lots of plastic things, we put all of our supplies in a shoebox to bring them for your particular card, and that way everybody could just grab your shoebox and make your card. So for this project, I am using the Regal Winter paper. If you are one of my card club members, October is going to be fun. We're going to use this paper. This is our add-on set. This Regal Distressed, well, it's not a paper, it will be on some of our projects. I may do a bonus. I can't remember what I told you the bonus stamp set would be in October. Maybe there's not one. I can't remember. I don't do that every month. But also in October, if you're in my card club in October, you're going to get a small sample size of a lot of the new scrapbooking line. So you can see that paper and kind of play with it. And one of them I'll try to incorporate on here as well and run it through the plaid folder. I'm going to do that with this card. I'm not going to sand it off. If you go watch the tag video I did do that, but we'll do that in October club. So I'm super excited about that. Let's take a look at my friend's designs. So this one is with the Country Woods paper. I know it's popular because it keeps selling out. And this was also in Card Club a couple of months ago. So super fun and very simple. It could be for a guy or a girl. I like when the basic gray pearls are on there because it just is very understated. Then this is my friend Tanya's. She also used the same folder that I'm going to use on my card. What I love about this card, a couple of things. One of you, I know some of you are like, where'd you get that paper? It's the Iconic Imagery paper. It's an online exclusive, but you can find it on my website. So you can go grab that. If you could see the flip side, it has blue snowflakes. It has red candy canes. It's got other colors. She just chose these colors. But I want you to pay attention. Oh, no, I thought I lost a tree. I was like, there's 3 trees on here. It's still there. The pearls we covered in the colored with Moody Mauve blend, so they'd match. But look, this paper does not have any wild wheat, and she used the wild wheat ribbon. Isn't that pretty? Because the wild wheat is really a gold, and that is a nice neutral color that stands in there with all of those pinks and greens. Then this one, shade your eyes, because this one's stamped on the inside as well. And this is the stamps from this, and those dies are from the Iconic Imagery, as is this one. We don't mean to, there's hundreds of things in the catalog, and it often turns out that we all use similar things. So this is Susan's. These are punched from the glimmer paper and then just layered on there. So it's another take. A lot of times we reimagine. So the 3 of us pretty much did the card as is, and then Susan reimagined it with the punches. But with that glimmer paper, that's just beautiful. And then that one is stamped on the inside. There's another gem on the back of there. So super pretty, very easy. If you're looking for a spectacular, easy card, then look no further, because here it is. So let's see mine. So let's go back and take a look at this little template. If you follow me, you know one of the things that steals my joy, is what I often say when we are stamping, is when I have to measure. So I looked at this card. 90% of the time my daughter participates with us, and often when she does, she comes over here and we make our stuff together. She's very good at math. She enjoys math, and she has all these little measurements already in her phone. She wasn't here this time, so I looked at this and I was like, yeah, I don't know how to measure 9 squares or rectangles that are going to fit on the front of my card. So I didn't. So if you don't like to measure as well, let me show you how you can do this without measuring. So I have a piece of Blackberry Bliss. I guess I have 2 pieces of Blackberry Bliss for my base. And then if you watched the other video, when we cut paper for my Try It class, we always end up with a ton. Like a ton doesn't even begin to describe it, of small offcuts. Anywhere from 1/4 inch to 1.5 inches. When it gets to be 2 inches by 12, that's big enough that my husband doesn't normally ask if I want to keep it. But we had tons of these strips. So for whatever the design was that I made with Regal Winter in Try It class, we ended up with tons of these. And he's like, do you want me to throw them out? And I said, no. And if you watch the other one, they're a little bit smaller, but same. I didn't throw them out because a lot of times I could say yes. I don't know. This month I just didn't. So when I saw those 2 templates in the catalog, I was like, oh, well, all my scraps will be perfect. So that's how I decided what I was using. So here's what I did. Here's a piece of vanilla, and it's the size that I want my rectangles to be. So I put this on here, and I just flipped it around, and I used all scissors for this. My strips, of course, were already cut. So there's one. And here's 2. And then with this one, you can I like this piece of paper more because there's more on it, but this already has a lot. So I'm going to go this way. So I have some of this that doesn't. On the other designs, you could flip it over. We all use different paper when we made these because I had lots of scraps of all of them and not a whole lot of one. But this one, the wild wheat's pretty, but I wanted to have some of the blackberry, and it's on the back of this one. So again, I'm gonna put this up here, line this up. This paper, I really like when it has these yellow pieces in it. These 2 pieces don't have a lot of it, so I wanna make sure you get a yellow piece. The other one's better because it doesn't have a crooked cut. So let's pop this on here. And we'll trim that off. So now, see, then I would be left with all of these, and my husband's like, don't throw those out, but I could drown in paper. So remember, we want rectangles. So these are all going to fit on here, just like that, but we're going to rectangle them. So what I did was I took this, and I just eyeballed it. Because you can eyeball a rectangle, right? About here. And then about here. The thing you have to make sure is that they stay with their groups. Because see, that's because I don't have my glasses on and I'm looking crooked. This one's a little bit taller than that. So I'm going to put this one in the middle. But you want each line to stay together. So let's put our adhesive on here. You want to make sure that you have it everywhere, because we're going to run it through the folder. And we're going to put my DIY shimmer on it. Oh, and look, of course I would run out, but I think I might have enough on here. So let's do the tall one at the top. So I'm going to look at my 3 pieces. And I guess this one's going to have to get flipped, so we get a little bit of the blackberry up here. Put them in the corner. I like to overhang a little bit. If I need to, I'll trim it when we get back over to this side. Put that up. If you love to measure, by all means, measure. My girlfriends all measured theirs and had them cut in nice little stacks. And I was like, yeah, you have to cut your own with my project. But I don't want, for those of you who hate measuring as much as me, to be like, I'm not going to make that card because I'm not going to measure it. Because you don't have to measure it. The pattern on this is so busy that it doesn't matter if you measure it at all. Do we want? No. Yeah. Do we like it? The thing is if I do this, I'm going to have to do 2, and there's not a lot of space on this. So we'll go ahead and flip it this way. And then you want to make sure that none of them are going the same direction. And then down here. So we got one blackberry piece on there. That's where that one touched. So here. So the middle is a little bit shorter and the top's a little bit taller, but once we get our piece on here, nobody's gonna notice, right? So now I'm gonna take this whole thing. I could put it in my paper trimmer, but my paper trimmer is not up here, so I'm just gonna use my scissors. I know this stresses some of you, but here's a beautiful thing. Let me tell you a beautiful thing. The plaid on this folder is crooked. So if you cut this a little bit crooked, it's just gonna look optical illusion like it's the folder. So let's put this in here. I'm gonna run it through all at once through my machine. And it's so pretty. Now, if you did this with any of the two-tone paper, also on here, you could sand it back. If I sanded this back, it would not do anything because it doesn't, it has a white center. So we've got that now all nice and pressed and mushed together. So this is gonna go on here. And I'm gonna have to switch to my Seal Plus because I just used up the seal. And then you have to kind of decide. I'm going to go this way because I'm going to put my stuff up here, and I think that'll help hide the fact that those aren't all exactly the same size. Now I'm going to take my shimmer. I will put a link down underneath this. So feel free to ask me if you can't find it where it is. But so many of you all asked me, and we're getting ready to go on vacation. By the time this posts, we'll be on vacation. So I will not be answering emails about where to find the shimmer solution because you can search my channel, just DIY shimmer, and it will show up, and I will put the link under this video, so just scroll down below the video and you'll find the link there. I don't mind answering, but every day it's the most popular email I get now. So it's glycerin and Wink of Stella, and then I made this in that original video that you watch. You'll see me make the solution. It's been several weeks ago now, and I have used it. My friends have used it. My in-person people have used it, and I've spilled it. It was leaking in one of my bags. So it lasts a really long time, and I put not even a whole Wink of Stella in there. And the amount of stuff that I have done, if you used a Wink of Stella, well, you would have used it up by now. So I'm not going to put it on the whole thing. I'm just going to kind of put it through because where it plays then on where it is and where it isn't. And you really need to do it so you can see this in person because it's beautiful. So I also did it on a piece of vanilla. I have a couple of them. So I did it for the girls because you can stamp on it easily. This looks like our old shimmer paper. And that was where I got the idea because I love shimmer paper. It's also nice on your hands. It gets them a little sparkly, but you know glycerin is supposed to be for your skin. But it does better on words because they can smear ever so slightly if the paper's still damp. So I just did it ahead of time so it would be dried. I did it for them, and then I just made a piece. This is out of the Regal Flora set, and it says, "Wishing I were there to give you a hug." And I stamped it in blackberry. Isn't that pretty? I love this sentiment. So I am going to take my snips now, and I'm just going to trim around this. Okay, so I've trimmed that out. Then I have a piece of, this is an online exclusive as well. It's one of the new foils, but it's a vellum foil. So I'm going to make it into the banner because if you remember the template, it was the cards and then it had a banner across of it. So when I did it, originally I had this. It needed something like that, just kind of disappears because the paper is busy, and it would probably be okay if I had die cut that, but this is beautiful. So just snip it right here in the middle to give yourself a point, and then just from each corner go up to your snip. And we'll just make a little banner. Just like that. This is kind of good that I have my Seal Plus because the shimmer solution really needs a second to dry before the stuff sticks to it really well. But I think the Seal Plus will stick a little better. Let's put this here. And look, we've already lost the fact that those are not the same size. So I could have spent another 30 minutes because that's how long it would have taken me to figure out the measurements. But once this is on here, nobody even knows that those are a different height in those? Well, probably like my engineering son-in-law would probably know, but you know, I don't know. This is the blackberry ribbon that's part of the suite. So if you're in card club, that should be the ribbon that we get next month. I always say that should, because you never know if something's going to be unavailable when club happens. So I'm just going to fold this on here, and then I did this. Also works well with the Seal Plus. And then I took some dimensionals. A cat's about ready to join me. I don't know if she'll stay. I can't see which one it is. Two of them hop up on here. One of them just mostly hops on my chair. So we could have a visitor. Yeah, it's one who's likely to hop on with me. So just lay this over the top. Yep, there she is. The dimensionals will help hold the ribbon down as well. Yeah, she wants to be up here. She's crying. And then these are the dimensionals that are also part of that suite. If you're interested in joining my card club, my hope had been to have the first card club project up before we left on vacation, because we aren't home till the last day of September. It's not going to happen. It's about the same as me doing math. I just have run out of time. And it was partly I had a really nice schedule of events. Like, this is what I have to get done, this is what I have to get done, and this has to be done before we can go, because I have my Try It class and my, can't do two things at once, my card club for September going out, and then Stampin' Up! Through the free shipping, which those days are always busy getting ready for. It's busy putting the order, all of it, it's busy. So it was a full day nearly that I lost before and after. So here's mine. Here's my other one. So this one only has the blue paper, not this, and this one's my favorite paper. So it has more of the just straight up blackberry pieces. And you want to see everybody else's again, because isn't that fun? You want to see what happens when you measure correctly? That's what it looks like. So on hers, mine's much more organic and floral and kind of like, this would be a nice English garden, and this would be a nice cottage garden. And I'm a cottage garden kind of person. Tanya didn't have us put hers together, so they're not touching. And then if you want the punch to do the work for you, just punch them out and piece them together. So there you go. Have a great day. We're back from vacation. The very first day back in my office is that last Monday in September. That might be the last day of September. You know, I've got before vacation, then I've got vacation, and then I've got the unknown after that. So everybody have a great day, and I'll catch you back here later. Bye.